comic book fans? Guess what? It's New Comic Book Day. It's also the day before Halloween. There's going to be a lot of horrific books being released today. So it's a lot of exciting things. Now, as I was driving to the shop, I'm sitting there going, I want to know what you guys are going to do for Halloween. When I get back, I'm going to share with you what I picked up at the comic book store. Boom! Haha, scared ya. Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, yes, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer. Getting ready to bring you Spider Slayer's Comic Book Haul. This is episode 397. And like I said, guys, happy Hallows Eve, right? It's the day before Halloween, and there's a lot of great horrific books. And guys, if you're new to this channel, welcome. And this is the video series where each and every week I show you the fans what I picked up at the comic book store. So at any time, if you like this video, please, fans, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss any content from me. This week, guys, I'm trying to go for 170 likes. Can we do it? Let's do it. I have faith in you. All right, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. Mysterious black bag right here. The comics are inside. What did we get? There's a couple of biggies in there. All right, here's the stack. This was a pricey week. Not as many comics, but yeah, man, they were kind of expensive. But let's get started. First things first, the Marvel free previews guide for January is out. So if you guys want to pick that up, go ahead. It's got Donny Cates' Thor on there, so you get a little glimpse of Thor and some of all the other titles that are coming out for the actual new year. So we got Doctor Strange, and then you got Spider-Man, and you got Greg Land's Spider-Gwen on there. So yeah, so you got all this stuff that's coming out for the new year to kick stuff off. So that's always cool to see, right? All right. Next, wound up getting Dead Eyes issue 1. It's a reprint of reprints. They renamed the book because it was Dead Rabbit. Then they called it Dead Eyes, and now this is the second print to that. And I heard this was really good. I wanted to get it originally when it came out, but my shop didn't have it, and they had one copy of this. So I wanted to pick it up. So here's some of the interior artwork. And yeah, this looks like, again, a very dark book. Very fitting for Halloween, right? So I don't know what it actually has in store for it. I didn't read it, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So Dead Eyes, written by Jerry Duggan. So that's kind of cool. All right, next, fitting tone for Halloween is Marvel Zombies Resurrection. That's right, guys, it's back, right? Awesome cover though, man. Deadpool with his mask torn, Captain America with his mask torn, Wolverine, yeah, they're all zombified. And what happens in this book that they all become this way, you know? This could be a much more intense version of Contagion, right? So here we got the Avengers Quinjet there, and you have Magneto, and all the X-Men are there too. So it looks like they're kind of exploring, which looks like Galactus there. So that's how they probably contracted this zombie apocalypse plague or whatnot. So this could be a lot of fun. Marvel Zombies. This is Marvel Zombies Resurrection. This is issue 1. All right. Next, we have Red Goblin, Red Death. From as far as I know, this is a one-shot. Maybe this takes place like in between all these storylines that have been going on in the Amazing Spider-Man. Here we have some of this interior artwork, the way Norman Osborn looks in here with the Carnage symbiote, which actually looks really good. It's the office of Norman Osborn. Maybe this is right when he gets those powers, and then what he does with them right after the fact too. Like maybe his night on the town or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it looks really cool. I definitely is exceeding my expectation on the artwork. We'll see how the story is inside. So Red Goblin, Red Death, issue 1. More on the very dark comic book haul. This is Silver Surfer Black. This is issue 5. I think this is the conclusion to this series. Let me just check and see if it is, if it'll show me. Yeah, it is definitely the conclusion. Here we have that crazy, trippy artwork. But I think as a fan of this book, if you read it, the artwork does grow on you and it kind of fits the story. And we get to basically see Silver Surfer do battle against Null in this issue. It's the light versus the dark. It's a true, meaning of good versus evil in this issue. Like, check this book out right here. That's really awesome. So cool stuff. We'll see what happens and how this concludes, and maybe how this might set Silver Surfer up in the future, right? So that's issue 5. Next, we have, which I think is also another concluding issue to issue 12. Yeah, this is the end, because it says the end of this book. So this is the final issue of Superior Spider-Man. We wind up getting to see if Superior Spider-Man truly goes to Dr. Octopus, like his original version, and it kind of resets the status quo of him, or does he stay this version of himself? I personally like this version of himself, but Christos Gage is the one that writes it, and we'll see what happens here. But it looks like we get to see Otto Octavius doing battle against Norman Osborn. So I'm very curious to see how this whole thing ends, but this story is definitely one of the better, I guess if you want to call it, maxi series of the year, because it started off kind of shitty and then it really turned it up to the next level. So really great stuff here. The conclusion to Superior Spider-Man. All right, next, another thicker book from DC and high quality cardstock cover here. This is the Dark Multiverse, The Death of Superman. This is issue 1. Now I'm very curious to see what happens in this one, because Lois Lane becomes like this Eradicator Superman, and she wants revenge for the death of her husband and whatnot, and so we get to see things unfold there. So this could be a lot of fun. I love like these Elseworld stories, these what if books and whatnot. The artwork looks pretty solid in this issue also, so I think this could be awesome, and I want to see how Lois actually goes down the rabbit hole here. So yeah, really cool cover too. Again, Dark Multiverse, The Death of Superman. This is issue 1. Alright, more very positive and rainbow unicorn-like comics this week. We have Absolute Carnage tie-in. This is Venom issue 19. Yeah, we have Carnage basically eating Venom here. And based off of Absolute Carnage, we got to see Venom go after Carnage himself with his newly found powers and powered up symbiote. And yeah, we'll see how that continues here. And maybe we get to see a little bit more of what happens with Dylan. Maybe we get to see him get some powers, and maybe his role in the Absolute Carnage tie-in here. Oh, I just saw something, and I'm not going to show it to you because that's going to spoil it. So yeah, so this is Venom. This is issue 19. I can't wait to read this book. I think you guys are going to be excited when you read this one. Next, another zombie apocalyptic book. This is the penultimate issue of Contagion. This is issue 5. Now this one has declined a lot for me. Issue 4 was an absolute gore fest. We still have our heroes standing around trying to figure out what to do, and this is the second to the last issue, and they're such on the time frame. It's like, we got 6 hours until people die. We have 3 hours until people die. It's like they have this exact time stamp. But this one looks like it's going to be focused around Moon Knight a bit more, because he's got multiple personalities, and maybe he can get inside this this Urchin character that is the, I guess, ground zero for this Contagion virus. So yeah, we'll see what happens with it. Again, it started off strong for me, but now it's kind of fizzled out. Luckily, it's a weekly event, and it's over next week. So this is issue 5 of that series. All right. Next, we have the conclusion to this series. There's a lot of things concluding. So DCeased issue 6 of 6. Last issue was just so heartbreaking with Superman becoming one of these creatures, and he tried to escape in time, but poor guy just couldn't do it, and all he wanted to do was say bye to his family, and he got to do that, but now it feels like the Earth is in jeopardy. Who's going to survive? Who's going to die? And then where does the Deceased universe go from here? I think they're coming out with an ongoing with this particular series, so I'm very curious. Oh, check this out, man. That is intense right there. Is that evil Aquaman calling upon an evil squid to destroy Mera and everybody else? Dude, wait to see what happens on that one. So yes, issue 6 of 6. So guys, if there's any books out here that you want me to review on my live show after the pull, which takes place on Thursdays, let it know in the comments below. Next, another conclusion. This is Dead Man Logan, issue 12 of 12. What happens to Old Man Logan? Does he live? Does he die? That's all these questions are still yet to be answered here. And then we're getting a new Old Man series where it has to do with Luke Cage's daughter as she's in charge of the Avengers. So that's coming out, I think, next year also. So this series has been great. This is a very underrated series in my opinion. And yeah, I think this could be a lot of fun. So here we have some more interior artwork there. So yeah, Dead Man Logan, issue 12 of 12. Next, Excalibur, issue 1. The newest X title this week. Will this one be a good one? This one be better than the Marauders? It's still yet to be determined. But here's some of the artwork. If this helps you make a decision on what comic to buy, that's the way it looks like in the inside. We have Apocalypse on this team, which is still very weird, even though he is with the Avengers. Okay, and then here we have this as well. There's some more interiors. And I don't know, we'll see what happens. I did hear from my comic shop employee that he did say that it was pretty good, but he liked Marauders better. So we'll see what happens with issue 1 of this. Next. Not been too happy with Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Hasn't been the strongest series. This one has the Fantastic Four inside. I don't even know what happened in the last issue. I don't know if we're on a new story arc. Looks like we have a different artist on here. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Again, it doesn't look too strong for me. Maybe this might be on the chopping block for me. I don't know. We'll see. Issue 13 of the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Alright. And that's not too scary. It doesn't really fit the theme. But some of these books do. Issue 2, Vampire State Building. The book that Charlie Adlard does, you know, the artist from The Walking Dead. As we get to see these vampires overrunning the Empire State Building. That makes for an interesting story. I want to see some of these characters stand out in this second issue. And hopefully this will make this book from good to great. Because obviously that's what made Walking Dead so good, was the great character development. So I want to see what this one is about. This is definitely something you would see in a B-rated like horror movie, right? So yes, definitely looking forward to Vampire State Building issue 2. Gotta love the cover. Dude's like in the elevator and he's getting his body chopped off. How dark is that, man? We're getting deep in this comic book haul. Next, let's keep going. Snow White and the Zombie Apocalypse, baby. All kinds of apocalyptic goodness going on in here. This story takes place where Snow White wakes up and the whole world is gone to shit after she just got her kiss or whatever. Check out the interior artwork in this one. How I found out about this book, I went deep into comic book searching. And when I saw this, I was like, yeah, I gotta get my comic shop to pull this for me. This one is done by Scout Comics, guys. So this could be one that could be a really a lot of fun to read here. So I can't wait to see what Snow White has in store for this one. So yes, this is going to be cool, I think. And it's a thick book too, man. $5.99, that's why. It's a one-shot, so that's all it is. Zenescope. Haven't picked up a Zenescope book, but here we go. Fitting the theme for this week. Monster Planet. This is issue 1. Yeah, I think this book could be kind of cool. So let's see. Alright, so we got this here. Nothing special there. But we got these guys, right? So it looks like, I think when I remember the description of this book, it's basically a world where a virus has happened and it's turned all the humans to monsters. And the world's got to deal with that now. So this could be another book that's a lot of fun. So we'll see what happens here. So yeah, that's issue 1 of Monster Planet. All right. Now we got the 2 big books this week. Harleen, book 2. So obviously our oversized book. Now we get to see Harleen. She's Meet the Joker. And now we get to see her relationship blossom with the Joker. So I love the first issue of that, and I love the interior artwork. And I'm very curious to see how this whole thing turns out going forward. Man, this book is so big. It's another 64 pages. That's that's how long this particular book is. Again, I thought the first issue was going to be long, and then the second and third issues would be short. But no, man, it's a big story here. So yeah, looking forward to this. Always love the high quality covers here. And then last but not least, guys, we wind up getting Joker Killer Smile. Again, another Black Label book. Gotta love the cover, man. It's just like the kind of like the Joker movie here, I guess. And it's done by Jeff Lemire. Okay, and Andrea Sorrentino. So Sorrentino does the artwork, Jeff Lemire who writes it. And so if you like the artwork from Green Arrow back when the New 52 was around, that's what you're going to get in this particular series. And yeah, this could be a good book. I'm not sure, but nevertheless, whatever happens, dude, the cover of this is just intense, man. So there you guys have it. There is the haul for this week. Now, again, guys, in the comments below, first off, I want to know if there's any books that you want me to talk about in After the Pull. Then I want you to put what you picked up at the comic book store this week. And, of course, my topic in the beginning of what are you going to do for Halloween? Are you going to sit home? Are you going to trick-or-treat? Are you going to go party? You know, tell me all that stuff. I'm really anxious to hear. So, guys, once again, like the video, hit the bell, and sub. And until next time, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. And you've been watching Comic Book Corner 2.0.